Hey, lovely, lovely, wonderful people. A pleasant evening to you all. Boy, people, I see they're beating this very popular TikToker about, well, you know that they have these, I don't know what you call it, to be honest with you. I don't like them. I don't. And they call it, it's supposed to be a male purses and so on, so they carry it. It does have a strap, but it goes without it. Like the style is to go without it. And I've seen some men, fashionate men who are into fashion, wear it. And I don't know, there is something about the clutching under the arm that is very, it's very, very feminine. And notice I didn't say effeminate. There's a difference between effeminate and feminine. In other words, it's like it just belongs to the female group, to the female crew. You know what I mean? We live in a very vast and a wide world, a dynamic, a creative world. And, fashion has changed a whole lot. The problem that I have with it sometimes is that sometimes the male fashion seem to be a little bit feminized, to be honest, because I don't see it the other way around. They still keep the femininity, for women. So you still see the sultry, the sexy, elegant look among the women in terms of the style and the fashion, even when it changes. But sometimes for the male, like, back in the day, you would see this very robust, and strong and powerful kind of fashion for the men. As time goes on, you see that transitioning and that transient move going along. And sometimes I don't really like it, but I mean, I just ignore it. I feel bad for the fellow, because one of the things in life you have to be careful is that you have to be aware of the culture of the people that you're around. And when you become popular, it makes it even greater. It's, as the saying goes, to whom much is given, much is required. And it is unfortunate, that it has gone the way it has gone. Jamaican men, they make no bones about some of the things. They hold proudly to their culture, and anything that seems as if it's steering away from that aspect, it becomes problematic. My only recourse, my only thing that I would say to the fellow, is that I wouldn't, if I were him, I saw him on a program really defending it and saying that it is a satchel, and, satchel is a male, like a male pouch. I know the male pouches they have a more masculine look. They look like, when they say the little zipper, I don't know. I've seen them. They look totally different, from that particular one. And then, Lord, if your clothes got tight on top of it, say, it's like you're done for. A word to the wise is certainly sufficient unto the day. Know the culture that you're in. Be careful. Unless you're prepared, you're going to be prepared to take the backlash. My take on life is this. We're free to do what we want to do. You know what I mean? In terms of your personal choices. Not in terms of harming anybody. No, that's not what I'm talking about. You're free to do and live your life and all of that. My encouragement to anybody is this. Ensure that the battles you're fighting, they're worth it. So ensure that the different challenges that you're going to take on, ensure that it is worth it. Ensure that it is maybe like a cause for justice, a cause for accountability, or something that is magnolia, something that is grandiose, something that is great and life-changing and life-transforming. If when you weigh the balance, it is something on the periphery, it is something weightless, something baseless, then I would encourage you not. Notice my words carefully. I would encourage you not to go down that road, because sometimes it's a road that you go down and you can never come back from. It's a permanent, disastrous downhill move. It's like it spirals out of control. So ensure that if you're going to take on that battle, make sure it is worth it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be as great as a Martin Luther King, although that would be good, not in terms of your life being snuffed out, but in terms of, if you're going to protest and take on enemies, it must be for the cause of, for the greater good. If you're going to take on enemies, if you're going to take on naysayers, if you're going to take on people being against it. But you see, when you realize it is something that you just never had to do, maybe you shouldn't do it. Perhaps that's my thing. Can't tell a soul what to do. Would never tell anybody what to do. We are big people, you know what I mean? And we are humans. God has given us volition and choices, and choice belongs to people, but people have to say to yourself, is this a battle that is worth fighting? What is the significance of this battle? Is it life transforming? You know, will it create change for my family in the future? Will it bring generational blessings, generational wealth, generational change for the better? You have to look at these things, people, because by the things that I'm seeing happening today, oh my goodness gracious, you don't want to go down a road that you cannot come back from. Because I feel bad, I know it probably has nothing to do with sexuality. He just wants it. When I say that, I'm talking about what Jamaicans are dubbing his sexuality to be, to say, come out of the closet. I don't think the man is in any closet or need to come out of anything. I think he's on the straight and narrow. It's just, I thought that maybe wearing it in Jamaica may not have been the wisest move, but it is his choice. And again, if it's a battle that he's prepared to fight, then by no means, go ahead. No means, go ahead. You know what I mean? We have one life to live. It's just that you want to ensure that, the battle is worth it. Just ask yourself, is it worth it? What is the significance? What is the importance? Is it worth what is happening now and what, the people are saying? So, you have to look at these things when you're going to be doing certain things. The world is very controlling, unfortunately. They want to control how you speak. They want to control the words that you say. They want to control the things that you wear. And you cannot escape that. There is nothing that you or I can do, especially in the Jamaican climate, especially in this Jamaican country. Jamaicans are, we are trained a totally different way from the rest of the Western world. They don't like when men do certain things, just as how they don't like when women do certain things. There's just some things that you just can't. You just better not. If you're not prepared, if your back is not broad and tough and formidable and strong enough like a buckram, you better not go down that road, because you may not be able to come back from it. It may really shatter and squeeze the life out of the little self-esteem that you have. Because it may not be, you're not a self-sufficient human being. As much as people think that they're self-sufficient, no one is, And I really feel bad about his backlash. It's something that could be ignored, but I can understand where a lot of these Jamaican men are coming from. They feel like that aspect of the culture of Jamaica, that aspect of the mantra, one of the vision and the mission of Jamaica is being strangled to death, and they're doing everything to save it. You know what I mean? It's like when the preacher was preaching, man must be man, and so on, sort of a situation. So you just have to be very careful. As I said, I've seen the styles. I personally don't like it, because I grew up just seeing it. It just still has that, it looks like a female purse to me. I know that they probably do make it for men, and try to kind of change it a little bit. But you see, once you clutch it under your arm like that, Lord, because that even that move is for men. They consider that a feminine move. I'm just giving you all, everything that is out there. But what to say? You have to choose your battles wisely. It is something that I realize day after day after day. Is it worth it? What is the significance of it? What is the importance? What will come from it? How will my family benefit from it? What are the generational blessings down the road? So you see, so many things you have to look at when you're going to be fighting battles. Physically, how will it, affect me mentally and psychologically? Yeah, I don't know. It is very sad, but ease up off him now, people. You know what I mean? Ease up off of the fella now, man. Anyway, guys, you know what to do, read TikTok and YouTube. subscribe, give me one of those lines, and you can follow me on Instagram.